Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 10th and final day of the 2025 European Sub-Junior and Junior Classic Powerlifting Championships, live from Doskininkai, Lithuania, presented by Maniac Fitness. My name is Alexandre Nodin, aka RDE Coach. To my right is the one and only Razem Ivan. Morning session, but here come the big boys.
Yeah, here comes the big boys. These are the 120 B and A groups, and then in the afternoon come the biggest boys and the girls. It's going to be the 120 pluses and the 84 pluses. In the 120s, from the nominations, looks like the battle for the title is going to be between Ukraine and Sweden. The rest of the podium also looking pretty close.
Yep, yesterday the women's, it's Team Spain that sealed the deal in the team championship. It's looking pretty clear that GB are favorite in the men's, but if the Spanish can make some magic happen in the 120s and 120 pluses, they have a shot. It's a stretch, it's a Hail Mary. They need every GB guys to bomb out. They need the title in both weight classes, but hey, who knows? It's powerlifting after all. Openers for the under 120s Bs, ranging from 205 to 295. We had two groups of 9, both competing, of course, against each other. And the first lifter out would be Alexas Gonostaius from Lithuania. Here we go. The bar is loaded.
Bit sticky for an opening attempt.
3 red lights, it's the morning, it's the big boys, they need time to warm up.
That's understandable.
Next up, at 240 kilos, Saba Jogatse, Georgia. Weighted in at 109, the 19 years old, still pretty light in the class, but taking his time to develop. Nice and snappy, 3 white lights. Daniel Atilinagi, Hungary, 260.
Comfortable looking first attempt. 3 white lights.
Yeah, very comfortable. No doubts about that. Nice way to ease into his squat event. Thomas Dijlesen, Netherlands, 262.5. 3 white lights, a good lift. A truly comfortable opener from Team Netherlands. Down to the German, T2 Scotte, 272.5.
He's satisfied with that opening attempt. 3 white lights, good lift for the German.
Halfway done with the openers of the B group. Next up is Nicolas Hogenes, the Norwegian, opening with 285. Three white lights, a good lift. Three more openers to go. This one's for Sebastian Breyer, Iceland, 290. He was here for the majority of the championship, helping Team Iceland coach. Now it's his to compete. Solid opener, three white lights, a good lift. Next up with the same opening attempt is Samuele Marsano, Italy, 290.
Pretty reasonable looking opener.
Yeah, three white lights, a good lift.
Marzano's currently projected third, even with the A group openers.
On nominated total, he was neck and neck with members of the A group. It was just knocking on the door. It was 2.5 that made the difference.
Yeah.
Final opener, Alberts Alexander Skilla, Latvia, 295. The 19-year-old having the biggest opener of the B group and a massive personal best because his registered PB is 267.5. Three white lights, a good lift. Razem, how does one goes from 267.5 to 295 as an opener in the next championship?
I think you have to do pretty well in training Maybe eat some good food, have a good coach.
Probably has done all of that because that's stellar improvements being made. Everyone's on the board after this first round of the squat for the under 120Bs. Alexas Konosaius is jumping 10, makes it 215 in his second attempt.
And that's 3 white lights, a good second attempt.
Now a 20 kg jump, one we're used to seeing in the under 120s, Sabah Jorgatse from Georgia. Three white lights, a good lift.
Very reasonable second, 260 with a personal best of 300. I think we can expect them to load another 10, 15.
Yeah, be comfortable with 15, I'll be honest. Thomas Dylison, Netherlands, 275.
It's a bit more work this time, but still a good second attempt. 3 white lights.
Now on the platform is the Hungarian Daniel Attila Nagy from 260 to 285. Not yet a personal best, but we're getting there.
That is unfortunately no lift for the Hungarian.
I'd say it's a bit of a surprise too. The opener did not look hard at all. And I'm not sure if there's anything that went wrong, technically speaking, there.
No obvious loss of positioning or anything.
Do you think it could be just lack of intent under the bar?
Maybe?
It's a surprise. Now T2 Scott in Germany, 290. Matched personal best.
And there's 3 white lights for Horte.
Nicolas Rokenes, the Norwegian, jumping 15. Looking forward to hitting the milestone of 300 on the platform.
That's a great looking second attempt. 3 white lights. Another 15 kilo jump.
I'd be comfortable loading 307.5. More than that could be a stretch. Albert Alexander Skilla, Latvia, 302.5. We're gonna remind you every squat of his that his previous personal best was 267.5.
Yeah, this is now gonna be 45 kilos on that. Oh,
I would say this one lacked control.
yeah, he just dropped into the hole. Maybe with better control, better tension, he can get the 302.5.
Yeah, it's believable. Samuele Marzano, Italy, 305, personal best of 10.
Three white lights, a good lift for Marzano.
Sebastian Dreyer, Iceland, 307.5, 17.5 kg jump. Three white lights, a good lift. That's the squat he finished on in Costa Rica, missing his third. Can he find the proper third attempt to go 3 for 3?
We'll see.
Third round for the B group, starting off with Alexis Konostaius, Lithuania, 225. With multiple squats in the A group nominated over 310. So far, I'm not expecting to see a medal in the B group, but we'll see if Marzano can score his final squat. There might be a slight chance.
Yeah, if Marzano or Dreyer are successful, they might stand a chance. Oh, this is quite a fight.
And here's what happened when you find the exact number on the day. 3 white lights and 3 for 3 for the Lithuanians. Wow.
That was quite a grinder.
I'm pretty sure he did have 225.5. Next up, Sabah Jogadze, Georgia, 275, jumper 15.
That is a somewhat surprising miss, to be honest. The 260 looked fairly comfortable. 275
Yeah, but
just not there.
PB registers at 300, but I can't find anything regarding that on his record. So when we compare that to his PB, yes, it doesn't make sense. But when we judge by the second squat, it's a different story.
That is true.
Already under the bar is Daniela Tiranagi, retaking 280.
Can he grind through the sticking point? This time he can. And his 3 white lights, a good lift.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. And I must also say, like, props to the Hungarian coach. He's been there since the first day, going to battle with his sub-juniors. He's there on the last day going to battle with his 120. And he's been, for the most part, alone.
Big props. We know how it feels to work throughout the entire week. But it's been, at the same time, absolutely enjoyable.
A delight. Now Thomas Dijlissen, Netherlands, 280, jump of 5. A match PB on the European stage for his final squat as a junior lifter. Yeah, I thought he was going for more of a low bar positioning. I was wondering what's happening there. And these guys are putting in the proper third attempt.
Yeah, the 280 was very proper third call there. Also thought we were getting a surprise super low bar, but
On these big boys, it usually doesn't work. Except if you're Finnish or Spanish, maybe. Just go to Germany. 300. Here we go. Final squat as a junior too. Can he reach the milestone and score a PB of 10? Three white lights. Bars already loaded for the Latvian Albert Alexander Skila. A retake of the second round, 302.5. We thought he lacked control last time around. Strength seems to be there.
yeah, he just dropped down, could not recover. Let's see if he can control it better this time.
It was closer, but still not there. Only 1 for 3 in the squat event. However, I mean, personal best of almost 30 kilos.
Definitely something to be proud of, regardless of whether you made any further progress or not.
The bar is loaded. No more changes for the next group.
3 more squats to go in the B group. Next up, Nicolas McInnes, Norway, 312.5, jump of 12.5 for a PB of 7.5. He'll still be a junior next year. We'll see him in the A group. Three white lights, a good lift. So UPB, 3 for 3. good squad event for Guinness.
370.5 kilos.
Next up for the two biggest squad of the B group, Team Italy and Team Iceland, Samuele Marzano and Sebastian Dreyer. First one out, Samuele with 317.5. There you have it, 3 white lights, personal best of 10, and so far the biggest squad of this group with only one squad to go.
From Iceland, the bar is loaded. 320 kilos on the bar.
Sebastian Dreyer will get the final sing in the squad event of the B group at 320 for a squad that could probably lend him a top 4. He'll rely on someone to miss to try and score a podium in the squad event.
It's a fighter. But it's 3 white lights. A successful third attempt
Yeah,
for Dreyer, who finishes on top of the B group.
Yeah, redemption from Costa Rica. Jump of 12.5, that's successful for a new personal best. That's good momentum into the bench press too.
And they're also going to squat, of course. We have another 9 very strong guys. First up,
And back with another round of squad with the big boys. The A group are the under 120s. Openers ranging from 260 to 330.
260 on the bar for his opener.
Next, we'll have a 10-minute break straight into bench press. But I think we'll be ending up in the 350s for that squad event, which is insane.
Yeah, the biggest squad.
Gerd Vroenen, Belgium, makes easy work of 260 for his opener. However, the first one to lack depth in this morning session.
2 red lights for depth from left and center referees. So from the perspective we're looking at, he gets the white light from.
Oh, it's a surprise red for me. Can you remind us what's the rule in terms of depth, Razem?
The crease of the hips needs to go below the top of the knee joint, which in this case it's pretty hard to see on camera just because he's so tall that the camera's positioned too low to really see the hip crease.
Gaz Vervoort from Belgium, 285.
Nice moving opener. Let's wait for the lights, and it's 3 white ones this time.
Yep, no complaints with that opener, he's on the board. Now from Denmark, Loris Enemark Du, 285. Three white lights, a good lift. Helgi Sigurdsson, Iceland, 290. Same register PB as his compatriot Sebastian Dreyer from the B group. Can he match his 320?
As a comfortable opener, it's not impossible. And it's 3 white lights.
What jump do you expect from that opener?
15, I think, would be reasonable.
So back-to-back 15s to try and reach 320?
Perhaps.
Not unheard of. $290 for Georgios Pantelidis, Finland. Pretty high bar positioning for him. Alright, 290 is really no biggie for him. 3 white lights.
An absolute treat to see a very proficient high bar squat. You don't see them that often.
I'd say where we see most of them is in the big boy. 120, 120 pluses. Now Santeri Pasanen, Finland, 290. Nominated third in the class. Forecasted 14th as we speak.
We'll see, perhaps looking to take some big jumps. A reasonable opener is 290.
Bar loaded at 295 for Philip Kleimert, Sweden. Okay, snappy opener for Team Sweden. 3 white lights, a good lift.
We'll see if he proves to be any trouble for Kovac.
I don't know, Climber seems to be on pace for a good performance. He's nominated second in the class as it stands, forecasted fourth. Yet to have all 3 squats on the board. Forecasting makes sense. Ben Brammer, Germany, 305. The first opener above 300 and not the last. And it's a reasonable opener too. Now for one unfathomable opener. Ilya Kovac from Ukraine, opening at 330 kilos as a 22-year-old.
When your personal best 350, you have to open at 330.
He weighed in at 118.55, so not completely topped out in the class. Some room for muscle mass too. He's a monster.
And you can pack a couple kilos more. Current European junior and open record And the world junior record, standing at 367.5, I believe,
15 seconds.
set by Josh Wangoka in Costa Rica.
Almost timed out there, but managed to beat the buzzer.
And that's not a particularly easy 330. It's 3 white lights. Maybe had to rush just a little bit.
So everyone but Vrunen on the board lacked depth last time around on the platform. He's opted to jump 25 and he's opening that second round of squats.
I can understand the jump if the opener was easy and the depth was not that egregiously high, but 25 kilos jump seems a bit risky.
I don't know, man. Who's depth at 260? It's just too easy these days.
Maybe just needs extra kilos to push him further down.
That was indeed further down to the one. A good lift this time. Still one right from the left hand side, so that would be for his right hip probably.
How the lead is from Finland.
On the replay, looks more than convincing.
Yeah, the replay, judging from that, he should be 100% alright there.
Georgios Pontilidis, Finland. Jumper 15, that makes it 305 his second attempt. Three white lights, a good lift.
The bar is loaded.
Guys, Vervoort, 305, jump of 20.
And 20 kilos does make a bit of a difference here. It's 3 white lights still, but I'm expecting a smaller jump now.
Next Denmark, we have Alexander McDougall. Bar is loaded. And 20 kilo jump here up to 305.
Loritz Enemark, due from Denmark, 305, 20 kilo jump for a 2.5 kg personal best. Three white lights, personal best.
Yeah, and a pretty comfortable second in that.
The bar is loaded.
Now into a jump of 17.5, Helgi Sigurdsson from Iceland. He looks to be following the same game plan as his compatriot.
Oh, that's a somewhat unexpected miss.
Yeah, I would say so.
Actually, looks like he just tipped forward in the hole.
Yeah, usually it doesn't look that downwards. Okay, climber Sweden from 295 to 310. Match BB in the making. Like we said earlier, he's nominated fourth, but we did not precise that he's only 22 years old. First question, how do you weigh 116 when you're 22 years old? Second question, how are you the best or one of the best in Europe at that age?
Well, I think the answer to both questions is the aforementioned good training and good food.
Yep, I think that's mostly that. But what a lovely second attempt from him. Plenty more in the tank. Now a 20 kilo jump for the finish. Santeri Passanen, 310.
That is quite a grind.
Yeah, that's much more of a fight than we had anticipated, considering he squatted 327.5 in the past.
It's 3 white lights. That really took a while.
Two more squats to go in the second round for the under 120s. Next out is Ben Brammer, the German, going for 322.5. Personal best of 2.5. Solid second, new personal best. Here we go, Ilya Kovac is going to be back on the platform. 340 for a second attempt.
The bar is loaded for Ukraine.
The 330 was somewhat troubled and he almost ran out of time to receive the command. This time I think he should be okay time-wise. Can take his time. Oh, and it's an absolute grinder. I mean, 340 is a big weight.
Oh yeah, of course. 3 white lights a good lift. It's a mammoth amount of weight. But I don't know if it's good to try and retake his personal best at 350. Is it just due to his prep maybe opening slightly too heavy?
It's gonna be a big decision because these are the big guys, and especially in these higher categories, sometimes it can pay off to skip an attempt and rest up.
Yeah, I agree. So as it stands, provisional squat podium in third from the B group, Dreyer from Iceland. Second, Brammer with 322.5. And first, I'd say unbeatable, Ilya Kovac from Ukraine. Third round starting with Gert Freuden. Missed depth at 260, scored 285, is looking to jump even more now to 302.5.
Okay, a nice looking third there. It's a 2-1. A depth call from the center referee, which is the least worrying of the three calls.
Yeah, I would agree. Especially now that red light has disappeared on the left-hand side. I'm pretty convinced that the lift will stand.
The bar is loaded for Iceland.
Now a retake from the second round. Ilgi Sigurdsson, Iceland 307.5. Match BB. Looked to have tipped forward last time around on the platform.
Now we'll see.
And we thought maybe he was looking a bit too downwards.
That three right light's way better. I think he's a little bit disappointed that this wasn't the second attempt. But looking at the scoreboard here, with joy in my heart, I can announce that we have once again a B group podium.
Absolutely. We thought it'd be ending just shy of that in fourth position, but someone missed in the second round, couldn't jump up further, so he's safe in bronze medal position in the squad events. Georgios Pantelidis, Finland, 312.5 for a personal best of 2.5. He might have had more.
And that was a pretty comfortable third attempt, but like such a high bar position, you can very quickly go from squat moving fast to squat not
hitting
moving
the
at
wall,
all.
yep. Cas Vervoort, Belgium, 312.5, jump of 7.5. That's gonna be a no lift, unfortunately, but that was the closest it could get to his personal best of 313. Five more attempts to go in the third round for the under 120s. Next out, Santeri Passanen, Finland, 315. When 310 already did look pretty hard. And retaking those kind of weight, man, it must take a toll on your body.
Yeah, we were talking about perhaps skipping a third attempt, but we'll see if he can grab 5 extra kilos here.
Yeah, I mean, for Kovacs or him,
And
we
just
imagine that scrapping could have been an idea. They still attempted it, got saved by the spotters. No lift.
at least it's a good thing he didn't try and grind it out. When he felt the weight at the bottom, just immediately quit. And
Just look at how synchronized our spotters are.
well, 10 days of spotting will do that to you.
Smooth operators. Next up, Laurits Enemark Du from Denmark, 315, jump of 10 for that same amount of a personal best. What a final squat.
3
He
white
gets his
lights.
personal best.
Yeah, 10 kilos added to that. And it was quite a bit of effort for that last one.
Of Sweden coming out next. The bar is loaded.
Philip Kleinert, Sweden, 317.5. Looking to add 7.5 to his personal best squat. Oh, I tried to grind it out. Just couldn't lock it out. No lift for the Swedish.
We can hear him getting ready. Men from Germany.
2 more squats to go before a quick 10-minute break and some bench press. Next out is Ben Brammer, Germany. 330, jump of 7.5 to hit another personal best.
What a third!
I recognize the emote. 3 white lights, a good lift, new personal best. Passing on from GB to Germany. And one final squat. What a squat it is. Already guaranteed squat gold. The podium was set after the second round. Ilya Kovac from Ukraine, 345. Not good to match his personal best of 350 on the day, but still looking to add 5 on an attempt that was already looking like top end.
And even reattempting weights like this takes a toll on you, but we'll see.
Attempting already, but re-attempting? What are we talking about? It's more than a motorbike. It's more than a horse. They're squatting unfathomable amount of weights. Let's see it.
It's a big fight, but unfortunately, no lift.
What a shame. He only collects squat gold with 340 kilos.
Absolute shame.
Absolute shame. So the squat podium for these boys from the B group is the Icelandic Dreyer that holds on with 320, collecting squat bronze. Squat silver from Germany, Brammer and 330. And these boys are well aligned. Squat gold with 340, it's Kovac from Ukraine.
Nice looking podium in the squats there. We'll be back in about 9 minutes time for bench.
The bench press break is over. We're back in action for the 2025 European Sub-Junior and Junior Classic Powerlifting Championships. Still live from Druskininkai, Lithuania, presented by Maniac Fitness. Here's the bench press for the B group of the 120s. From 135 to 217.5.
That's a big spread of openers. And
Um, 217.5? Oh, it's been changed. It was not updated. It's only 215.
oh,
Oh,
what a shameful
What?
change there.
what a no-burner.
How dare they change it by 2.5 kilos, which is about 1%.
First lifter out is Alexas Gornos Tayus from Lithuania, 135, just like we said. That is one long range of motion.
Nothing to add there. Should have built a,
Hopefully kilos.
hopefully that, yeah. Should have built a highway for that bar path.
Sabajonkatse, Georgia, 155. Okay, that is surprisingly fast.
But there's 2 yellows from the sides.
Maybe for the glutes lifting off the bench?
We're gonna see here.
We haven't seen that before. Such a rare technical foul too.
Yeah, not a single one in this entire comp.
No.
If you exclude all the ones that were. And that unfortunately I think was pretty obvious.
Yeah, but to re-explain what this might be happening is because lifters are changing from one pad in the warm-up room to another one on the platform, and they're struggling to find their rhythm straight from the opener. Multiple retakes in this championship. Titus Kotte, Germany, 162.5. Smooth opener, no yellows, triple whites. Next up is the squat bronze medalist Sebastian Dreyer from Iceland, 170.
Personal best of 185. Can he continue on the successful meet he started with? 3 successful squats.
Hey, you know what? A medal in the bench press from the B group for him might be too difficult, but collecting a personal best of 187.5 would be nice. Great demonstration of control for Sebastian. 3 white lights. Daniela Tilenagi, Hungary, 170.
Easy opening attempt. 3 white lights.
Halfway done with the openers. Next up is Nicolas Rokenes, the Norwegian, opening with 172.5. Three white lights, and just like our speaker Valde in the room said, easy work.
Let's just check the replay to confirm if it was indeed easy work here. And yeah, even with the slowed down replay, the bar is still moving pretty fast. And I think that fulfills the legal definition of easy work.
Yeah. And you're an expert in law, so you would know.
It's my expert opinion.
Alberts Alexander Skilla, Latvia, 177.5. Three white lights, a good hit.
Pretty aggressive on the way down. Took him a while to stabilize the bar on the chest. A reasonable opening attempt.
192.5 for Thomas Dielesen, Netherlands.
Pretty comfortable. Let's wait for the lights, and it's 3 white ones. No issues there.
Final opener for the B group, a big one, Samuele Marzano, 215.
Opening at his personal best with a pretty reasonable chance at a bench press medal here, and smashing his personal best in squats, looking to do the same in bench, and he's looking pretty good for a chance at the overall podium if things go his way. That's a solid looking opener.
So everyone but Jorgatse on the board after the first round. It was for glutes lifting off the bench. They've opted to just slightly bump up the attempt by 5.
I think that's a reasonable call. The
Yeah.
155 was not heavy, just needs to keep his glutes glued to the bench.
Alexas Gonostaius, Lithuania, 142.5, a matched personal best.
One. That's a miss at 142.5. Scrappy on the way up, and one arm starts lagging behind the other. He cannot power through. As we said, that's one long range of motion.
He'll have another shot at it in the third round. Down to Saba Jorgatse, 160.
the 160 still looking super easy, and this time it's 3 white lights.
Now a bit of support coming from the crowd for the second attempt of Titus Corte, Germany, 170, jump of 7.5.
That is a very solid looking second attempt. I think another 7.5 there would be completely within reason.
Now the man who's on a hot streak, Sebastian Dreyer, 180, jump of 10.
And you can hear the yow from the crowd. 3 white lights, but significantly heavier than the opener. We'll see if they go for a match personal best or maybe a 7.5, but I think the 5 would be safer here.
Yeah, to stay on a hot streak, I think 5 is sensible. Same opening attempt, same jump from Daniela Tilanagi. That's a 180 for his second attempt.
Two to one good lift, a yellow from the center referee. Hope that was not for a skipped press command.
Maybe it was for soft elbows at the start.
Possibly. Let's see if the jury does anything about that. It doesn't look like they will. I think he's safe.
Nicolas Roquenes, Norway, 182.5, smooth jump of 10. In that case, I think he's only due for a personal best, right? You're not jumping 2.5 on that.
No, absolutely not. That lift still very much fulfilled the definition of easy work.
Now an even bigger jump, 12.5 for Albert Alexandre Skilla. A big jump is what costed him his squat event. He only went 1 for 3. Hopefully a different outcome in the bench press.
It's a very scrappy one. I'm afraid of blue lights here.
Yeah, I don't want to say we saw that one coming, but we kinda did.
That's 2 blues and a white, so the jury will review it. Well, it's actually really hard to tell because the middle of the bar, I'm not 100% sure it dipped.
Thomas Dijlesen, Netherlands, 200. a shot at a huge milestone and also a personal best of 5.
That's a great looking second. 3 white lights and 200 achieved.
Bars loaded for Samuele Marsano, Italy, 222.5. He was nominated with 210. Talk about improvements. That would be above every nominated bench in the class. So it goes without saying that he's going to be able to compete for bench gold.
Absolutely. If he can get this, he'll be in a very good position.
Slightly uneven, but a very controlled soft touch. 3 white lights, good lift, and some room in the tank to take the biggest shot possible in the dark to compete with the A group.
Yeah, despite it being uneven, it didn't seem very heavy. So I think there's another couple kilos there, definitely.
As it stands, he has a 22.5 kg lead on the second biggest bench. Of course, the A group yet to compete, but still, that's quite a gap.
That is quite a gap, and
he's not a bench specialist too. He had one of the biggest squat at 317.5. Now the third round is starting. Alexas Gonostaius, Lithuania, retaking 142.5, his personal best. It was a bit windy last time around on the way up. Couldn't control his bar path.
well, let's hope the winds of change blow his way. And this time it's looking a lot better. 3 white lights.
Yeah. The wind came down, the bar came up.
Yeah, bit of an updraft.
Next up, Titus Corte, Germany, 177.5. Jump of 7.5 for a 5 kg personal best.
From the 170, this looks completely within reach.
Personal best, solid 3 for 3 in the bench press.
Oh, great third attempt.
Yeah, so that's 300 in the squat, 177.5 in the bench, 6 for 6. Looking solid on the day. Now Sabajo Katsi has secured an attempt at 160 in the second round after having the glutes off the bench while trying to open. He's jumping 20 kilos.
The 160 looked basically effortless, but 20 kilos can make a big difference.
It can. I'm afraid for the glutes once again. Yep, double yellows.
Double yellows again. Let's take a look at that side replay.
I'm afraid he was going to come back to that technique with that kind of a jump. Yeah, it's pretty clear to see, unfortunately, no lift for glutes up in the air. Next up, Sebastian Dreyer from Iceland, not shooting for a match personal best. He's only looking to add 2.5. Might be the smartest choice. Try and go 6 for 6.
And maximize what's there on the day. Unfortunately, a bit too heavy for the rear today.
So 5 for 6. That changes a bit the dynamic before deadlifts, especially when deadlifts is not his strong suit. He's been struggling with deadlifts his last few competitions. Daniel Attila Nagy, Hungary 185. It's too much of a sticking point. No lift for the Hungarian.
I gave it a good go. Just could not get through that sticking point.
The bar is loaded on the platform from Norway, Nicolas Roquenes. Only one attempt remaining to change over for the next move.
Nicolas Roquenes, Norway 190, jump of 7.5 for a 5 kg personal best. We're on 3 back-to-back attempt missed. Can he change the dynamic? Apparently he can. How about the lights? 3 white lights.
3 white lights and he's in a roll. Regaining momentum in the bench press.
On the platform from Latvia, Albert Alexander Skila. No more changes for the next group.
192.5. It's 2.5 more than what he had put in and failed in the second round.
Maybe trying to go for a provisional medal here. But it's gonna be the A group guys following. And this time he gets the bar up. And it's 3 white lights. It's a good lift at 192.5 for a new personal best.
Thomas Dellison at Netherlands 202.5. Was that a bit of down up or just a pause for Thomas? It was just a pause. 3 white lights. He extends his personal best even further.
That's how you grab the extra 2.5 kilos.
Final bench of the B group. Samuele Marzano, Italy 227.5, jump of 5 for another personal best. Bettering his chance at a bench medal, maybe gold.
That's a great third attempt for Marzano, and it's 3 white lights. 227.5 for the top bench of the B group. It's going to be a tough ask for any of the A group guys to try and surpass that.
So with a 25 kilo lead on the next lifter, Mr. Marzano tops the class at 227.5. I'm excited to see how the openers for the A group are looking, but I think he has a real shot at Betfresh Gold.
And we're going to be able to tell quite a lot just from the openers, and
Oh yeah,
I think the gold is his, to be honest. Highest opener, 192.5 it would take.
I mean we have 3 of them. We'll see how the midday plan is developing for these guys, but to go from 192.5 to 227.5, that's quite a stretch in the bench press event.
35 kilos to cover in the bench would not be unheard of, but would be pretty hard.
So the first one now is Laurits Ennemark do Denmark 117.
That's a bouncy 170.
Now Cas Vervoort, Belgium 175. Three white lights.
The bar is loaded. The platform from Belgium, Rune.
177.5 for the other Belgian of the group, Gert Vronen.
Two to one good lift, but a yellow from the side. I think he's showing to the referees.
Oh no, glutes came up.
That's unfortunate. I think he was showing that he has some trouble with his pecs.
But what can the referees do about that? I feel for him, it's not a pleasant sight on meet day, but nothing they can adapt. They're not going to give him a faster press command. Georgios Pantelidis makes easy work of 180. Helgi Sigurdsson, Iceland, 185. Three white lights. Well synchronized there, Raza.
10 days of commentary will do that to you.
4 more openers to go, all in the 190s. First one out, Santeri Pasanen, Finland, 190. It's a good lift, 3 white lights, solid opener. Expecting a 7.5 or 10.
From Ukraine, Ilya Kovac. 2 lifters remaining in this round. Come on, Ilya. Come on, Ukraine.
$192.5, the first one of 3 for Ilya Kovacs, Ukraine. Three white lights, a good lift. A spotter's dreams to 192. Next out is Philip Kleimer, the Swedish. He went 2 for 3 in the squat. Almost grinding out that third at 317.5, but only scored 310.
He was nominated second, currently projected 5th, so he has some ground to make up.
Three white lights, it's a good lift. But we expected nothing less with that opener. Ben Obama, Germany, 192.5. Collected squad silver with 330.
And that's a comfy opener. 3 white lights for Bremer. And we have everyone on the board with a bench press.
So the standings in the bench press. On top, still from the B group, Samuele Marzano. Second, Thomas Delissen. And third, Philip Kleimert. I'd say that's pretty difficult to judge who's going to be in second and third. Multiple lifters have a real shot at the bench podium.
Yeah, DSM from B group holds on for the moment, but there's going to be 2 lifters attempting the 202.5 to match him in round 2 and then possibly more in round 3.
And you were talking about Gerrit Vronen and maybe a pec injury. Looks like he's not coming out for a second attempt.
Yeah, he gave a signal that he's pulling out, at least from the bench press.
Hopefully only the bench press, because when it's something related maybe to your collarbone, your shoulder, it can be very painful while deadlifting. Hopefully that's not the case for him and he'll be able to register a total in the competition.
Yeah, let's hope so. And as the clock ticks down, it's a no lift for Vronen.
Yep, next up will be Loritz and the Mark II from Denmark. 180 jump of 10 for a PB of 2.5.
lights. Good lift.
The bar is loaded. The platform from bedroom, gas, then hold.
Bars loaded for the only Belgian of the two who's still benching Cas Vervoort. 182.5, jump of 7.5.
Three white lights, a good lift at 182.5.
Now only a jump of 5 for Georgios Pantelidis from Finland. Is that a surprise to you? It might be for me. Yes, it is a personal best attempt, but his opener looked comfortable.
We'll see how that second one moves. Maybe just playing it safe. Well, I think this is a very appropriate second. It's three white lights. I think a jump of at most 5 will be now here for a third. Maybe even a 2.5 if they want to be a little conservative.
Helgi Sigurdsson, Iceland, 192.5. It's a jump of 7.5. Pacing to see if he's good for a personal best on the day.
Oh, it's quite a fight. He just cannot lock it out.
I mean, we've seen lifters recover misses of the second round, even in the B group. Hopefully that can be the case for the Icelandic lifter.
Let's hope so.
The bar is loaded. The platform from Ukraine, Ilya Kovac. Come on, Ukraine.
Ilya Kovac, Ukraine, 200 kilos. Jump of 7.5 to hit the milestone.
He solid second.
Yeah, three white lights. I think he's due for a personal best. Again, I don't see him jumping only 2.5 on that.
I think 5 or 7.5 is a completely reasonable jump here.
Yeah, I'd go for a 5 because that lockout is starting to appear as a bit more sticky, but hey, it's 200 kilos in the bench press. And
What
talking
do we
about,
know about that?
no clue. I was stuck at 170 for 2 years. Whatever. Santeri Pasanen, Finland, 200 kilos.
And that's a very comfortable 200 kilos.
And 2 more attempts in the second round, both being 202.5. Battle for bench press medal has started. This one's to go from 5th to 2nd.
It's 3 white lights, a good lift.
Final attempt of this round is heavier on body weight than climber, so this is for provisional third.
Three white lights, a good lift. Showing 10 after finishing that lift. I think a 10 kilo jump would not be completely unreasonable, bit risky in my opinion.
I think you just load whatever you need for a medal in this case. So a quick recap of the bench standings. Third with 202.5 Ben Bramer from Germany. With the same best attempt in second position Philip Kleimert, but lighter on body weight. And already now in guaranteed bench press gold Samuele Marzano from Italy. What a surprise, he was nominated with 210. He walks away with 227.5 and bench press gold.
Walks away with 227.5 bench press gold and a chance to jump way up the nominations. In totals, he was nominated 10th.
And adding 17.5 to your bench press, that's no small feat.
Absolutely.
So when we look at these final attempts, it looks like, regardless of what happened, if everyone scores, it's going to be Santeri Passanen who will walk away with silver. He has the biggest attempt of the third round at 212.5, but if he misses, it's wide open for Philip Kleimert and Ben Bramer.
We'll see what happens. 8 attempts remaining to decide the bottom 2 places in the bench press podium.
Setting up on the bench is Cas Vervoort, the Belgian, 185. Match PB in the making, small jump of 2.5.
Just get stuck at that sticking point. 2.5 kilos were not there today, unfortunately.
The bar is loaded. On the platform from Finland, Georgios Pantelidis.
Georgios Pantelidis, Finland, 187.5, another jump of 2.5, but this one is to extend his personal best.
And he locks it out. That's 3 white lights, a good lift.
Laurits NMR Dude, Denmark, 187.5, jump of 7.5 to extend his personal best by that same amount. Is forecasted first as we speak, but he has an intriguing deadlift opener put in at 360. That's more than what he's deadlifted before in competition. Keep that in mind, and we'll see if it changes when deadlift rolls around.
Well, third bench seems to go well. It's 3 white lights. And yeah, the deadlift opener of 360, personal best of 352.5, so might be a fake one, but if it is a real one, 360 is within striking distance of the 400 pulled by Non Socinie. We'll be watching that opener with great interest. 5 attempts to decide the bench podium in the 120s.
Helgi Sigurdsson, Iceland, a retake from the second round, 192.5. It did seem very hard. Can he find the technical solutions to manage the attempt? And he just cannot transition to over his shoulders to be able to press with shoulders, triceps and pecs.
That is unfortunate. Still on the board, but 1 for 3 in bench. is not what he was hoping for.
The bar is loaded on the platform from Ukraine, Ilya Kovac. Medal for bench press silver. This could be the bench
Now
press.
we're entering the battle for the bench podium. Ilya Kovac, Ukraine, 205 for provisional silver in the bench press.
Oh, it's an absolute fight, but just a bit too much for Kovac. So currently on the podium, it's still Marzano, Kleimert, Bremer. The next attempt is for Kleimert and will not change that. And it's be Bremer and Pasanen following.
Yep, 5 kg jump to secure a podium spot. 3 white lights, a good lift.
That was absolutely on the limit.
It was. So, of course, Marzano is still in first. Now Kleimert in second. Brammer in third. 2 more attempts, both to surpass Kleimert from Sweden. Next one out is Ben Brammer, Germany. 210, jump of 7.5 for that same amount of a personal best. Guaranteed medal in the bench press event, which we don't know the color of yet.
Dorsal best attempt for Ben.
What a third, what a finish in the bench press event from the German. 3 white lights, guaranteed medal. He stays collecting PRs, stays collecting medals. He's forecasted in 4th position in the class after squatting 330 and benching 210.
He's in a great position. We'll see whether he can hold on to the bench press silver.
Yep, as it stands, silver Brammer and bronze Kleimert. But Pasanen from Finland will get the final say. He can kick Kleimert out the podium and climb into silver. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Oh, up. It does not. 12.5 kilos proved to be too much of a jump.
I thought he had that for a second and then started to shake on the way up. Couldn't properly transition. No lift for the finish. So our bench podium in bench press bronze with 207.5 from Sweden. It is Philipp Kleimert. Bench press silver with 210. The German having a great day, Ben Brammer. And with an impressive 227.5. Huge improvements being made. Samuele Marzano from Italy takes bench press gold. He has the biggest subtotal of the class too. 545, but not forecasted in first position. Only second to the Danish do. Second, Ilya Kovac on subtotal. Slightly behind because of his deadlift opener. All of that subject to change, of course. And in third, Ben Brammer. We'll see that in about 9 minutes' time to see how the story unfolds. See you then. Here we are. Time for the deciders. The pulls, the deadlifts, Mr. Razi. We're still live from Druskininkai, Lithuania for the 2025 European Sub-Junior and Junior Classic Powerlifting Championships. Of course, presented by one of our sponsors, Maniac Fitness. The deciding pulls, why? Because multiple lifters from the B group are looking super strong on the day. Multiple medals from the B group, one in the squat event, one in the bench press event, maybe one in the deadlift event. Might be a bit of a stretch, but we'll see. Titus Corte is opening at 307.5 in the B group.
I think the possibly more likely event than a deadlift medal here is an overall medal for from the B group for Marzano, who's looking extremely strong today.
Sabaj Jorgadze, Georgia, 230 kilos. That's a smooth first pull, but we can already see where the sticking point would appear. Massive squats, difficult lockout. We know the drill. Next up, Alexas Gonustais, Lithuania, 235. Three white lights, of course. Expect to see a lot more white lights turn very bright on our screens for everyone to be on the board. Next up, Daniela Tilanagi, Hungary, 260 kilos. Squatted 280, bench 180. That will give him 720 with that opener.
And I think there should be room to go up from that opener, considering a personal best of 295. A little bit of biceps action for the lockout.
Yep, not a pleasant sight. I don't like seeing bicep tense up while someone's deadlifting. Now Sebastian Breyer, Iceland. Took squat bronze with 320, bench 180. Missed his final bench at 182.5, so he's 5'6" so far. Personal best deadlift, 277.5. That's pretty close to that.
We're gonna see how the 270 moves. Pretty snappy.
Yeah, I think he's finally good for a personal best in the deadlift. Like we said at the beginning of the comp, he's been struggling with his deadlifts at his last appearances. I think he's figured it out.
Let's hope so. But yeah, he's looking strong. And usually for these bigger guys, the lockout is the sticking point, and he had a lot of force coming through with that lockout, so hopefully he should be okay.
Hopefully. Next up, Nicolas Roquedes, Norway, 280. Three white lights, a good lift. Halfway down with the openers. Next up, Thomas Dijlissen, Netherlands. white lights, a good lift. Now we have back-to-back openers at 300 kilos, but this first one is really the one we're looking forward to seeing because it is Samuele Marzano, Italy, forecasted second in the class out of the B group.
And this is second behind the Danish with the improbable deadlift opener. So there's a chance. It's a fairly smooth 300. 3 white lights.
Yeah, plenty of room for improvement. The thing is, he's gonna have to shoot in the dark because he's out of the B group. Maybe he's not gonna overreach and just do what he can on the day while lifters of the A group are gonna pull against each other and maybe trip up a bit.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Being in the B group has its advantages. It's not all bad.
However, Alexandre Skila, the Latvian, makes easy work of 300. That's already a personal best of 5. Titus Gotte, Germany, 307.5. PB deadlift, 340 kilos. Oh, we have some massive pullers in the class. Of course, as expected. But one yellow. What could this yellow be for? I'm looking at the replay closely. Maybe he did drop the bar on the way down because I don't think he mistimed the down command. Yep, he did drop the bar. That could get easily overruled. But apparently it's gonna pass this time. So everyone's on the board after the first round of deadlift for the 120 Bs. 20 kilo jump for Sabah Jorgadze, the Georgian. That will give him 670 in total. What's costing him a huge total is his bench. He had to retake an opener because of glutes up in the air, then jumped 20 and missed because of the glutes up in the air. That's costly on the total.
And the 250 moves pretty reasonably.
Yeah, that's very reasonable. Maybe he's gonna go for another 20. But regarding the glutes, I mean, that's just experience. That was his first international. Hopefully not his last, and that will be a lesson learned. Alexas Gonostajus, Lithuania, from 235 to 250. It's going to be 3 white lights. And everyone is shooting for big jumps. In the second round, another 20 kilo jump. This time it is for Daniela Tiranagi, Hungary, from 260 to 280. Two to one, one blue from the front. Do you think it is easier or more difficult to judge supporting on the thighs from the front?
Really depends on the lifter, the lifting style. I'd say for a conventional, it's easier to spot it from the side if the knees unlock. For a sumo, maybe easier from the front.
Understood. Now to Sebastian Dreyer, jumping 22.5. That's 5 above his registered PB. Can we finally see some deadlift improvement from him?
This will be a 5 kilo personal best, and 270 was looking pretty good.
Come on, lock it out. And it's the grip that gives up on the bar. He seemed to be good for it. But when the grip starts to slip up once, it's difficult to imagine him regaining.
That is unfortunate. He was looking really good for it. Maybe, just maybe, he can hold on.
Yeah, I really want to see him succeed. He's been deserving of a personal best in the deadlift event. Now shooting for 300 is Nicolas Rukkenes, the Norwegian, from 280 to 300. That's a 20 kilo jump once again. We would like to see good lifts. Now for a jump of, whoa, excuse my math, but that's a big jump right there, from 295 to 312.5.
17 and a half.
Yep, but over the 300s, risky move. We saw lifters struggle with grip over the 300 kg barrier. And it's also a mental thing too, when you cross a milestone. We'll see. Thomas Dijlissen, Netherlands, 312.5.
And for Thomas, it's no problem.
Holds on strong, 3 white lights.
Can he push over the 800 kilo total barrier?
The biggest nominated deadlift is 352.5, second biggest 340, and third biggest 335. This is, along those lines, what's gonna be the podium in the deadlift event. No one seems to have a real shot here inside the P group.
Oh, you say that, but Titus Corte is going for a 335 second.
Let me build some suspense, man. Samuele Marzano, Italy, 320, jump of 20 kilos. Had to use a bit of bicep to surpass his thighs, but made for a proper lockout. 3 white lights. Now forecasted in first position with 865 and 1 more pull to go.
And 865 is higher than any of the nominated totals.
Exactly, the biggest nominated total was 862.5 for Ilya Kovacs, and he might struggle to repeat that because he lost out on 10 kgs in the squat event. Alberts Alexander Skilla, the Latvian, jumping 20 kilos, that's 320. Is that going to be ruled as supporting on the thighs? No, it's a clean pull, 3 white lights, a good lift. I saw you were on the fence, trying to decide whether or not that was supporting on the thighs. We have a quick
This is the
replay.
case. This is the case here
I think the knees went back into flexion under the bar. He almost lost balance. Used a bit of calf to try and extend. That did look like supporting on the thighs to me, but referees on the platform are much closer. Maybe they didn't judge the contact helpful or whatever, but 3 white lights. Undeniable second attempt. Now to close out the second round, Titus Kote from Germany, 335. Does he have a legit shot at a deadlift podium? He might, but did he drop the bar again on the way down with 3 white lights? He did receive 1 yellow in the first round, no yellows here. I think he's timing it well because refs are eager to bless the remote, but this time it looked better.
Yeah, stays with the bar all the way down. And with a 335, with how the 335 moved, I think he has a reasonable chance.
It's not going to be his to decide because we're still in the B group, but that was a solid second pool. Now Sabah Jorkate from Georgia, shooting for 262.5. That's a 12 kg jump. In the meantime, Kote has posted in his final attempt at 352.5. That is a legit shot at a deadlift podium. And Marzano is forecasted with 875. Pay close attention to what's coming. Great fight, clean fight I would say from Sabah. That's going to be 3 white lights and 3 for 3 in the deadlift. That gives him a 682.5 total. Next up, Alexas Sagonostaios, Lithuania, 267.5. This is to break his personal best by 7.5. One final pull for the 21 years old.
It's hard work, but he tries to lock it out. I think
What
that's
an effort.
stuck, but he just keeps holding on.
He showed heart, that is for sure.
Absolutely. No quitting.
And when it's the last lift, even though it's not going to be hard for standards, you try and fight it until the end, sell the lift, and even for like personal achievement, you want to lock it out. Nami, maybe one of the lifters we want to see succeed that final deadlift the most. He's not in contention for the title or the podium or anything, but it's been heartbreaking seeing him fail lifts because of lack of grip. He looks so strong. Sebastian Dreyer, the Icelandic lifter, retaking 282.5 for a deadlift personal best. Bar's been brushed, grip is optimized. Let's see him succeed. This one stays stuck to the ground. I think his right hand might be slightly hurt. He's had a solid day, man. Squat bronze, 2 to 3 in the bench with 180. Can only manage 1 attempt in the deadlift event. That's forecasted 14th position in the class and 717 total.
That's just heartbreaking about deadlifts. Such hard work.
Now Daniel Atinanagi, Hungary, 300 kilos, back-to-back 20 kilo jumps for a 5 kg personal best. Secure the hook grip and put it all in the bar. Make it move 300 kilos.
Can he lock it out?
I don't think it's gonna be the case.
It's another great effort and another long fight, but just not there.
And once again, I mean, I can understand going for 300. It adds extra motivation. If you put in 297.5, you know it's gonna fail, but since it's 300, it adds that extra fuel. You're going for a milestone, more adrenaline. It makes it like more of a bigger objective. It's 300, man.
It's 300.
That's self-explanatory. 300 kilos. Now Nicolas Rokenes, the Norwegian, 310. Forecasted 8th in the class, based on the A group's opener.
Come on, Nicholas, come on, come on, come on.
And cannot break the floor.
He emptied the tank at 300, so 312.5, 190, 300. That makes for 802.5 in total. Crossing the 800 is still a great achievement.
Very much. And another athlete who'll be trying to cross the 800s.
Yeah, Thomas Telissen from the Netherlands, 317.5. 5 kg jump for a well-rounded 800 kg total.
Come on, Netherlands, make some noise. Make some noise for Thomas. Come on, Thomas, come on.
And that is 3 white lights. Another athlete at the 800 kilo mark.
Nice final pull. And now talking about nice final pulls. Samuele Marzano, Italy, 330 for provisional first position and forecasted first based on the A's opener for 875 in total. 12.5 more than every nominated total. He has a legit shot at the title. The thing is topped out in the class, 119.8. So multiple lifters of the A group will have body weight advantage, and more importantly, they know what to pull.
Let's see. I think he's got it. It's 3 white lights.
And I think for him being in the B group was nice because he didn't overreach. He collected each and every kilo he could. 317.5, 227.5 bench gold, and 330. That's 875.
That's 875, 9 for 9, 65 kilos on his total.
We've seen multiple medals from the B group, but can we see a podium finish and maybe a win from the B group?
That would be an insane finish to the competition.
Now Alberts Alexandskila, the Latvian, 332.5, jump of 12.5 for that same amount of a personal best.
It's quite a fight, but it's too much.
Bit of a scrappy day for the Latvian, but still he PR'd in each and every lift, 807.5 in total. He was nominated with 752.5, 55 kg increment to his total. That's a whole year of training.
55 kg is, for certain people, a lot more than a whole year of training.
final pull from the B group. Titus Scott in Germany, a legit shot at a deadlift medal. 352.5, 17.5 kg jump. Personal best of 12.5 for 830 in total. He knew what he had and he pulled it. But no lift, lack of lockout, shoulders forward. He's not gonna be collecting that 352.5 and he hinders his chance at a deadlift medal. That right shoulder is like way too forward.
Yeah,
for it
that's
to be just
unfortunate.
knocked out. And the thing is, he might have celebrated early. It looked like a pretty comfortable third. I think he could have made the adjustment, just open the rib cage, maybe extend a bit more. Ah, that is tough. So 812.5 and still the biggest deadlift so far, but quote unquote only 335.
We'll see what happens in the A group. As mentioned, Marzano is in the lead and no one will be overtaking him.
So multiple openers have been changed in the A group. The first one being Gert Vronen from Belgium, 75. And you can see him on the platform. He's just trying to secure a total, not to bomb out. 3 white lights. And apparently his collarbone, his pec, his chest area is still hurting him and preventing him to deadlift, from deadlift.
That is unfortunate.
That is super unfortunate, but fair play from him, putting in an attempt, securing a total. Hopefully he's gonna let the minute roll for these big boys to get some more rest. Another opener that's been changed, and it's an important one, is Annemark Du Loritz. Previously it was 360. He dropped it down to 332.5, which makes a lot of difference. He was forecasted first, he's now forecasted fourth. Now on the platform, Santeri Passanen, Finland, 277.5. Just picks it up and locks it out. 3 white lights.
Fairly comfortable opening attempt. And we have seen the drop from the 360 opener for Enemark. Down to 332.5, but still.
We only have 2
Impressive
openers
opener.
below 300. What is this group? Helgi Sigurdsson, Iceland, 300, the first of 5. Now that is a spotter's dream because there's no rack to adjust, no nothing. Just tighten up the colors and you're good to go. Solid first pull, 3 white lights. I think he's going to be loading a personal best on the third, on the first, no, on the second. Wow, I'm lost completely, as in, that is my bad. His personal best is 310. I think you go from 312, 315.
Yeah, I think 315 would be pretty reasonable here.
Georgios Pontelidis, Finland. This would already give him 800 in total. A beltless pull that moves like this at 300.
Beltless and powderless.
A raw deadlift.
That is as raw as you can get without breaking any of the rules. Because you need the t-shirt, you need the singlet, you need the socks, and you need footwear.
He had chalk in his hands.
Oh, come on!
Ilya Kovacs, Ukraine, 300 kilos. Sumo pull for Ilya Kovacs. Nominated deadlift, 310. Can he regain the ground he's lost in the squat events?
That lockout is a little sticky.
Yeah, I'd say that was a tad bit more work than we would usually see in an opening round. But he secures a total. He's in second position. It's a steep step to climb to try and surpass Marzano from the B group. 840 versus 875.
Yeah, 35 kilos onto that would be a pretty big ask, I think.
Gas Vervoort, Belgium, 300. Whoa, and Alexa, please re-enable gravity. What's going on?
That is 3 white lights and a lightning pull.
That is looking super fast and super comfortable with that opening attempt at 300. Someone that's been having a solid day, Ben Bramer from Germany, 300 kilos. To match Kovacs' total,
Another very easy 300 here.
it's going to be 3 white lights, of course. He's in contention for vice champion with Kovacs, but if Kovacs starts missing, I think Bramer could easily shoot for Marzano. A second attempt to surpass Kovacs, a third for a Hail Mary at Marzano.
It all depends on how the second lift for Kovac moves and whether any other athlete can put themselves in contention.
Another athlete that has a reasonable shot at a podium, Philip Kleimert from Sweden, 310. Realistically, it's a 5-way battle for the podium and the title. Marzano, Kovacs, Bramer, Kleimert, and Du.
Oh, and Kleimert at 310 seems like he's just standing up.
Yep, that's 827.5, provisional 4th, forecasted 5th as it stands. Now the final opener for the athlete that has the biggest nominated deadlifts, Laurits Edemark Du from Denmark, 332.5. If he's looking strong, he has a legit shot at the title.
He's gonna take a big pull from him, but he has a big pull in him. His 332 being handled, it weighs, it was never meant to be handled. 3 white lights, and to be honest, the 360 was not that much of a stretched out opener.
And when you see even members of the media team smiling behind their cameras, you know that was a quick pull.
What's the jump? 360?
I don't know if you want to risk it to 360 already, but
Oh, it's gonna be 357.5.
that's as close as it can get. So the standings in the deadlifts, third Marzano from the B group, second Du with that 332.5, and Titus Corte with 335. I think Gert Vronen has just posted in a 302.5 to make it easy for the spotters not to unload each and every plate of that bar. So Razi, I think it might be a great time for us to thank one of our sponsors.
It would indeed be a great time to thank one of our sponsors, and we can thank, this time I would choose ESN, Elite Sports and Nutrition. They have supplied us a plentiful amount of protein samples, protein bars, to keep us fed, to keep us our protein intakes high during long and stressful days. And if you have long and stressful days at work, still want to train, get your protein in via Elite Sports Nutrition.
Exactly, and they've provided our lifters here at Europeans with multiple good shakers, protein bars. I mean, everything they needed to refeed after the comp. Now to Santeri Pasanen, Finland, 302.5, 25 kg jump. Closing on his personal best of 305.
This one's a bit more work, but it was a 25 kilo jump. You see how he handles his third attempt lockout wise. That was getting pretty heavy towards the top.
Next out, Mr. Georgios Pantelidis from Finland, 15 kilo jump to 315. That would give him 815 in total. Provisional 6th forecasted 7th. Still no equipment needed, 3 white lights. He's built different. Now
You can see it says on his socks SBD, still built different.
Exactly. Strong build for deadlift. Now Ilya Kovacs, Ukraine, 317.5. That lockout at 300 was already quite a bit of work. Is 17.5, a PB of 7.5, too much of a jump? He could lose his silver medal position with that pull.
We're gonna see 317.5.
Make it convincing, Ilya.
He needs to lock it out. Was this enough?
Yes, it
It's
was.
3 white lights.
I mean, okay, he secures the second pull. That gives him 857.5, but 2 of our lifters are going to surpass him and kick him out the podium. Do you think he has a third pull in him?
That second pull was very marginal in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, if both Brammer and Du can manage their second, it's going to be in real trouble. Helgi Sigurdsson, Iceland, 20 kilo jump, 320 for 812.5 in total.
That is 3 white lights, a good lift at 320.
Up next, Ben Brammer from Germany, 20 kilo jump, looking to match his personal best and climb into second position overall, just 15 kilos behind Marzano. 15 kilos because he has body weight advantage. He would, quote unquote, just need to match him. But first, 320.
That's a reasonable second pull.
Yeah, that's gonna be 3 white lights, a good lift. I don't think there's 15 in there, but maybe when you know you're shooting for gold, I think it all depends on how Du's second pull is going to look. If he feels threatened in silver medal position, he might want to secure that, especially when he's pulling before Du.
Yeah, it's gonna be a game of decisions for Team Germany here, and a lot will depend on the final deadlift of round 2.
Yeah, I mean, here scouting and analysis is going to come in handy. 322.5, Cas Vervoort, Belgium, jump of 22.5 for 810 in total. Still plenty more where that came from. 3 white lights, a good lift. With a personal best of 332.5, I did not expect that one to move as fast.
We'll see what he takes for a third attempt, but I have to say, really, the weights here are moving in ways they were never meant to move.
It's pretty clear. But bronze medal in the deadlift event as it stands is 330. That's the minimum is going to load, 100%. Philip Kleimert, Sweden, 330. For 4th position. still all smiles as he locks it out. 3 white lights. I think something's coming from Team Sweden.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're going to pull for the podium 100%.
I know that look on the face of the Swedish coaches. They think a podium is going to Sweden, maybe the title.
Oh, the title might be a long shot. They'll need a big jump, but the podium is a very reasonable thing to imagine for Team Sweden. Now Laurits Ennemark do the Danish 357.5. Provisional deadlift goal, provisional second position in the class. Above Braber and Kovacs. Imagine Kovacs nominated first out of the podium before the third round of deadlifts. Wow, and that's a reasonable second attempt too. 3 white lights. He shoots up the ranking. He has more. He's on 860. He needs 15 to match Marzano's total. It's going to be interesting to see
372.5.
what Kovacs is shooting for, what Bramer is shooting for, and what Du is shooting for. Quick look at the deadlift standings. In third, Philip Kleimer from Sweden with 330. At plenty more in the tank. From Germany, from the B group, Titus Kotte with 335 holds on to a deadlift podium. In first, maybe untouchable, Laurits Ennemark Du from Denmark, 357.5. Standings in the class, Kovac, fourth. Third, Bramer. Second, Du. First, Marzano. Marzano done with his day. We already know 875 is the total. Who's going to pull for what? It starts with this one. Ilya Kovac, Ukraine, 322.5 to try and retake a podium spot from fourth to second.
This is going to be a tough lockout, but if he can manage it, he's back in the podium. Ilya.
He works for it. Is that going to be enough to convince all 3 refs on the platform?
Unfortunately
No.
not.
And if I'm the coach here, it's the final lift of the day. Please come up to the jury, just try and protest it, try and make something happen for your lifter. I know it doesn't look convincing, but why not attempt it? It's your final pull.
Exactly. Just go and try, and we have our first attempt change coming in.
But yet it's been decided. Kovac nominated first out of the podium. Next up, it's going to be Georgios Pantelidis from Finland, 327.5. Jump of 12.5 for a PB of 5. 6th position in the class, provisional 5th in the deadlift event. The bar just goes away, loses bar proximity at knee level, and that's too difficult to regain. No lift for the finish. Still, that gives him 8:15 provisional, 6th position in the class, but forecasted 9th. If everyone scores their final attempt. Now Geert Vronen is the lifter from Belgium who's put in another attempt to prevent the lifters from unracking each and every plate. As it stands, we're gonna have Du, Laurits Ennemark pulling 372.5. I believe this one is what is going to load if it's not surpassed for vice champion. But maybe they do not care about vice champion. They're gonna be pulling for the title regardless. Behind him, Philip Kleimert looking to have 12.5 to his deadlift to pull himself into the 3rd position, 3rd step of the podium, bronze medalist. And again, pulling before him, Ben Bramer and Cas Vermoort, trying to grab a deadlift medal.
We're gonna see how things play out. Nothing's decided yet. Marzano from the B group is still holding on to the title.
I would love that. I would love a
It would be
victory in the class from the B group. That's unheard of. Podium, that happened, but victory? It's Sanctuary with 327.5 is just stuck over the knees. That was one massive jump, and it doesn't turn out in his favor.
Yeah, 25 kilos up from a not particularly easy 302.5 was just too much.
Up next, Elgi Sigurdsson, Iceland, opened on 300. Had a comfortable 320, looking to add 10 more onto that for a personal best of 10. 330 to go from 7th to 4th in the class, 9th to 6th. Can he make it work? Final pull of his junior career for 822.5 in total. PB total of 12.5. This one just stuck to the ground, ran out of steam at the end of the day. So 812.5, a PB total of 2.5. Still 4 more pulls to go. And that next one is for Ben Brammer from Germany. He felt like Marzano was too far. He cannot jump another 15, but he wants to try and extend as much as possible that silver position in the class. And the German team is rushing in the stands to try and scream for their lifter, Ben Brammer, 330 for provisional second position in the class.
Out gets Ben. And he's got it. Let's wait for the lights. It's 3 white ones. It's provisional silver for Brammer.
Yeah, he's done his part of the job. I feel like it was a sensible decision not to try and overreach to overtake Marzano. 870 in total for the German.
Now, will we see an attempt change from Team Sweden? Of course we will.
Yes! Yes, we will. So we'll have to wait for that. In the meantime, we have Cas Vervoort from Belgium. He's going to attempt 335. This is for provisional deadlift silver. That would kick Kleimert out of the deadlift podium for the time being, but he is to pull right after Vervoort. PB of 2.5 in the deadlift. It's hard work. Can he lock it up? He keeps on pulling. I think I see a bit of supporting on the thighs, and the grip gives upon the bar. So that's going to be 10th position in the class and 6th in the deadlift event for Vervoort. So close to a deadlift podium here at Euros.
Yeah, so close, but that means that from the B group, Titus Korte holds on to a deadlift medal.
But which color is that medal going to be? It's either bronze or silver. And it's Philipp Kleimers to decide. He's going to be pulling 352.5 to go from 3rd to 2nd in the deadlift event, 5th to 2nd in the class. 2nd position, not guaranteed yet either. And that's not going to happen. Team Sweden and Philipp Kleimert are staying out of the podium. So our podium finishers are Marzano, Brammer, and Du, but in what order? It's Stories and Mark Du to decide. He's going to be attempting 372.5 at Azen. His previous personal best was his second attempt, 357.5. He's looking to add 15 onto that to match Marzano from Italy, beat him on body weight, and become the European champion of the under 120s.
And the 357.5 looked like a reasonable second. A 15 kilo jump is not unimaginable here.
For the title, Loitz and the Mark Du for Denmark. Double gold medals.
A monstrous pull of 372.5.
A comeback from behind. A monstrous pull, 372 for the title. And one side goes up, the other one is on the ground. Marzano from the B group is your European champion of the under 120s.
That is unheard of. We're gonna have to go to Team Italy. Congratulate them personally. I'm speechless.
And like I said, I think being in the B group turned out in his favor. He played his own game, collected all attempts. It made for a huge total. Didn't try and overreach, played for position, and it turns out he's the winner of the class.
I would absolutely agree. I think the B group, being in the B group, absolutely worked in his favor.
Quick
And-
recap of the deadlift podium, Mr. Razi boy. Philip Kleimert from Sweden with 330 is still in deadlift bronze. With 335 is Titus Scotte from Germany that holds on from the B group too. Deadlift silver, and with 357.5, Loritz and Mark Du walks away with deadlift gold. It was so close to a final pool for the win, but he ends up in third position in the class with 860. Vice champion Ben Bramer from Germany with a solid day, PRs all across the board. 875 kgs behind the European champion Samuele Marzano from Italy, 875. We're gonna have to hear the Italian anthem. I know a passionate chant is coming.
You can be sure of that. Stay with us for the medal ceremony and then join us back at 2:30 local time.
The final flight of the European Championship.
It's going to be women's 84 plus and men's 120 plus, 9 and 11 lifters respectively. And
Tune in for that at 2.5.
Sebastian Dreyer, Iceland, 330 kilos. Scott Silver, Ben Bremer, Germany, 330 kilos. And squat gold medal goes Ilya Kovac, Ukraine. 330 kilos, Ilya Kovac. Thank you guys. Bench press, bronze. Philip Klimer, Sweden. 207.5 kilos. Bronze is yours. Bench press silver. Ben Bremer, Germany. 210 kilos. Come on, Ben. And bench press gold goes to